Hello and welcome to DKM Plus Rising Stars YouTube channel. My name's Dan Talks Fighting, and today I'm your host of the face to face between Saint Omega and Iboxingtalk, who are set to go to war on May 5th on the first ever DKM Rising Stars show. Guys, thank you for joining me. I know it's late, so apologies on that. How are we both?
Mhm.
How's everything going? We are now about a week out until fight.
Well, I'm doing good. Just getting the last couple of pounds in to make weight and been going training and that, and yeah, it's going good. Feeling snappy, feeling sharp.
Brilliant. Love to hear it. What about yourself?
Yeah, yeah, man, ready. Never been more confident, man. Best training camp I've had in more than 2 years. So, yeah, ready, man.
Nice. Love to hear it, guys. How has the training and the whole preparation been? Because you guys both found out you're fighting each other back in February, I want to say, something like that. So you've had a decent amount of time to study each other, to prepare yourselves. Uh, I'll start with yourself, Saint Omega. How has it all been, and how are you feeling in the last few days now?
Yeah, no, yeah, camp's been going good. Been getting in, like, mainly focusing on defense as I haven't really had the chance to train that for myself. So I've mainly been focusing on like defensive stuff and that. Yeah, no, it's going all right. Yeah, that's pretty it's going good. Got more like sharp on like jab and that. But yeah, I'm feeling top of my game, feeling best I've ever felt in terms of my ability. Yeah.
I boxing talk. How about yourself? How's it all been?
Yeah, man, very confident, very ready. Camp's gone. I can't. I'd say I've got enough words about camp. How it's gone. It's been tough, but it's been worth it. And yeah, man, just improving my game, working on different styles, techniques, different ways, working around what Saint will do, and leaving no gaps, no gaps left. So everything covered for May 5th, and I'm ready now, man. I'm ready to come down to London and sort some business out.
Saint, I want to ask you both this, but I'll start with yourself. Why have you chosen boxing, and why are you going down into this sport? Because for some people, it can be very dangerous, and you have to be well prepared, well trained. Why have you decided to get into this sport?
Well, I've always taken like a liking to the sport, but it was mainly with the whole like KSI Joe Weller and then like KSI Logan Paul stuff. Just really got me into the sport, and like around that time, me and my mate started messing around with like just like doing sparring at my mate's house, just in the garden before we all knew what we were doing. So it was kind of like from that point, I was like, you know what, this is quite fun. I kind of want to get into this more. And yeah, and then obviously I found the small creator scene. I think it was about a year ago now, just before SCB 2, I want to say. Yeah, no, it's kind of just been like because of like I don't know, it's just like stuff I've done with my mates, bit of like the whole YouTube boxing, and also just like enjoying it because it's just quite a different sport when you really look at it compared to everything else. I just quite enjoyed it.
What about yourself for iBoxing talk?
For me, it was a mental thing. Like, I wanted to toughen myself up when I was younger. Um, and it was getting in the gym, starting with getting in the gym and stuff like that. And then watching boxing and enjoying it and thinking, you know what, I'd love to do that. Got in there, took a few punches, got battered a few times, all that. And then thought, you know what, I can be good at this. You know, I mean, if I put a mindset on it and get to work, I can do this. obviously the influencer stuff is very different to the amateur stuff, and amateurs is where I want to get to and, work on that. But, I've always been on Twitter looking at all this stuff, and I saw the opportunity with saying, put my sense of footage to DKM, and they said, you know what, run it with this Saint Omega. I thought, you know what, why not? It's a bit of, it's a good training camp, something to do, and it's something different. You know what I mean? Amateurs don't drag me down to West London to fight, so, you know, coming down and fighting an influencer as such, you know what I mean? Insane. So, yeah, man, we're ready and I'm excited.
Is that what you kind of want to do post this event and post fight? Is go down the amateur route?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely would come back onto the DK because I have been talking about a different fight that's popped up in recent last few weeks. But yeah, no, amateurs is where I'm off to next. Yeah, definitely.
What about yourself, Saint? Is this a influencer type of route for you, or do you plan on going into the amateurs and then eventually the pros?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd rather go down the influencer route just because it's kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's more of a welcoming sort of scene as much. And I feel like you get more opportunity come from the influencer scene because, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's more open to the public. So I feel like you get more opportunities more often. So I just see it as that sort of thing. And also, it's just kind of what I want to do.
Is this like a potential misfits type of aim later on down the line?
I'd definitely say so. I mean, there's definitely like guys that fight on misfits that I think if I really put myself to it and I really work for it down the line, I could definitely see myself like fighting. Definitely. Um, like there's countless guys, and but I mean, I feel like as of right now, I should probably like all I'm doing is focusing on this fight. I'm not really looking into the future all that much in the sense of looking for what potentially could come from it. I'm just looking at getting through this fight, and that's yeah. I mean, I'd love to get on Misfits at some point, but yeah, I think this fight is definitely where my head's at, and I'll just see where I go from here.
What's your definition of work, though? You know what I mean? What work are you putting in? Like you say, oh, I'm working towards all influence stuff and stuff like that, but what do you mean by work?
Just like lock in and like balance, like put in as much time and effort and like just putting my all into everything. Like I'm like whether it's doing weights at the gym, whatever. Like or and like building my name as an influencer because that's what I want to do. And just kind of putting my all into everything just to push myself that much further down the line. So all I want to do for myself is create a name for myself and have something to leave behind. So I just want to really put my all into everything.
Yeah, man. I mean, I get it from the influencer point of view, but for me, I don't think the word work is the same for me and you. And I believe that, I know that, but we're just gonna have to live with that and we'll see what happens May 5th, won't we? So
Then, mate.
what's that?
We'll see what happens then, mate.
We will, yeah, we will. We'll see.
Is this a personal rivalry between you two, or is this literally just it's a fight? So we move on.
I mean, I've not taken nothing personal from it. For me, this is just business, isn't it? Like, I'm coming in there to do what I got to do. If I've got to if I've got to put gloves to face on this guy for 3 rounds straight, I'll do it. I'm just doing what I've got to do to further myself and get myself in the bigger opportunities.
Yeah, I hear it. I do hear it. I mean, every fight for me is personal because you're getting in there and you're wanting to kill each other. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But no, in terms of this kind of thing, no, it's not personal. I don't even know, to be honest, who's saying is in that sense, and it's saying with me. But no, man, it's another fight, and this is, like you said, business. But for me, this is a fight, man.
Am I right in thinking that you both are southpaws? Is that correct?
Correct.
I'm
Okay.
not. No, more orthodox.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. First, how do you think facing then, saying a southpaw? Is there anything in particular that you think is going to be more challenging in this fight?
Um, at the end of the day, it's just about working my way into finding holes in his defense and his offensive game. And like at the end of the day, if I can see anything, whether it's an orthodox fighter or a southpaw fighter, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I just know if I go in there with my game plan and I stick to my game plan, then I'm good. And if I don't feel like what hand he leads with makes much a difference to me, as I know I know I can get the job done. I know I can do what I've got to do to get the win in a week's time, and I know that he could be standing on his hands, fighting with his feet. I, it wouldn't make the difference to me. I'm fully confident in my ability to work past whatever stance he uses.
Uh, iBoxing took as a southpaw. You've probably faced orthodoxes quite a lot in training. Is
100%.
there any different approach? I guess, and maybe I'm answering the question for you, but do you think stylistically he's going to cause you any troubles?
No, I know that it's a fact that it won't cause me any trouble. I'm not saying that I've seen a bit of his footage, but we don't work off that. We work off the mental game. I've prepared for any type of fight, an aggressive fight, a laid back fight, depending how he brings it. Different types of training, angles, all that. And it's a case of just you want to cover all areas, and that's what I've been doing. That's been my key word and progression for all of camp. And it's in my mind now. Even the fight itself, I've seen it, I can see it, and the sparring I've done, I've worked on scenarios and what Saint's going to do, where he's going to be, and what we're going to do to finish it, and that's how it's going to be, and I've prepared for enough. So,
Is there a big side of the mental preparation in terms of a fight? Do you work on that at all in the lead up, or do you kind of just trust your judgment when you're in there?
not 100%. I work on I work on what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like you've got to see it to believe it. I'm a big believer in that. If you don't put the work in, you don't see it. So I've put the work in, more than enough work in, and I've seen it, and I know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? But you know, that's how it is.
Okay, I'm going to throw a couple of curveball questions to you guys. I want to kind of steer away from the traditional, like, I'm going to knock you out, I'm going to knock you out. So, you guys, who is the either influencer or traditional boxer? Who is your favorite fighter, and who does your style correlate to the most? Saint, I'll start with yourself.
That is a question.
No, Saint Omega. That's his style. It is Saint Omega.
Yeah, man.
That's his style, man.
Fighter. I don't really try replicate people. I mean, like I think his name's Ben Whittaker. I might be wrong in saying that,
Jesus
but
Christ.
his style is I don't know. It's just one of a kind, isn't it? It's very like Prince Nassim-esque. I'm dancing rings around you like fucking.
You do
Yeah,
not bring that. Do not be saying stuff like that, man.
I
Please,
will.
man.
I
For
will
your
be.
safety as well. Please don't be saying stuff like that.
I will be doing Billy Elliot style pirouettes around you, boy. I, I'll be doing Swan Lake while you'll be trying to throw hands, and I fully know that there is nothing you can do that will stop me from just wiring my way around you.
Listen, yeah, listen. This is coincidental, but I have sparred someone, yeah, who spars with their hands next to the knees and moves around just head movement, and I did pretty well. And I thought, you know what, they're the most annoying fighters to fight. I'll admit that. No, no problem in admitting that. But I've prepared for that as well. So that's another game
That's
I'll be worked on.
that's great to hear. I'm glad to know that I'm not going in there just expect just being it going to be a one-sided thing because you ain't prepared. I'm glad that you've prepared, and I'm glad you're bringing your all.
Yeah, man, I've made this clear as well. Same to you. I said on Carl's interview, I think I said if he doesn't bring the fight, it'll not be a good fight. You know what I mean? We've got nothing to work off. I need you to bring it. I need you to bring that everything you've learned. I need you to bring your best, your very, very best, and we'll work.
I'll bring my best. It ain't gonna end well for you. That's all I'll say. I bring
You
my
don't,
best.
but I can hear it in your voice. You don't believe that.
I
You're
fully,
just saying it. You've done it on repeat. You don't believe that.
I,
You don't believe
I
it.
do though. I don't get what you mean about hearing it in my voice. I fully believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that what I've got at my full best, I know is good enough, more than good enough, for me to leave that night and leave that building with a win on my record and a win to my name and a blemish on yours. And I'm
Well,
fully confident what I have is far more than enough to beat you on that night.
well, you know
That's
what? I don't think I'll ever. I don't think I'll be able to come back to Sheffield and say I've lost to an influencer in West London. So everything I've worked for, I thought, you know what, this puts 10 times more pressure on. I'm coming down to fight someone who, does a bit of YouTube, this and that, you know what I mean, a bit of Twitter and that. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. I do it myself, and that's why I'm on this card. But boxing is my life, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna make sure you know that. And it'll be all respect after, and you'll know
right.
respect after. But for the time being, you're gonna find out what it's like to be a proper boxer.
I'm gonna ruin your life then. Boxing's your life. I'm ruining your life because
Yeah, man.
boxing's all you got, right? I don't need boxing. You got boxing, and that's what you got.
You
That's
don't
all.
need, bro. I've seen your social following, man. It's not that good. Come on, you
I
ain't
don't
no influence like that. You're trying, but you're not getting there. So this boxing thing's
relying
obviously to boost it,
on
but
well for me. Boxing's all you got, mate. Boxing's all you got.
oh,
You're relying on this boxing to go well. I've got other things that I could go and do because I've got other passions in other things. I've
and
put
what's
all
that?
into this. I've got like I want to do other sports. I want to do other things with my life. I'm not fully focusing on boxing
I like the ambition.
as that's what I do as my career. I've knuckled down and I've done all the work that I've needed to do, and I've put everything aside for this fight. But I'm making sure because you say boxing's your life's going to be nothing then after this fight.
I
Because like
like
you
it.
said, you can't go back to Sheffield after losing to an influencer. So when you lose to an influencer, what then? What you got then for you? Like fair enough, you could go do the amateurs, but you'll just be known on the amateurs as that amateur that lost to an influencer.
But it's not going to happen, you see. So that's the problem, isn't it? I
Is
do like your talk though. The talk's good.
like you say it ain't gonna happen. I know full well, I know with every little atom in my fucking body, mate, that I am putting your lights out May 5th. I can promise you that now. I'm putting your lights out.
Have you ever
There's
played
nothing
anyone's lights out? Is this just like
that little fairy light going on in your brain, because that's the only little bit of brightness you've got going on up there, because you're clearly too dense to realize it.
that?
I'm putting that little fairy light that you've got going on floating around in your brain. I'm putting that light out.
Well, I'd love to see it honestly, but this is a problem. I don't think I will see it. I'm pretty confident I won't. Going off what I've seen of you, I mean, I hope it's bait footage, but 8 minutes of bait footage, who does that? So, you know what I mean? Like, come on. If that's going to put my lights out, wow, man. My weren't even moving. So,
That's the thing, mate. You ain't seen me at my full potential. You ain't seen me at my best.
well, we
May
will.
5th,
Honestly, bring that best.
May 5th in West London, when I step in that ring from you, the moment I lock eyes on you, you're done. You're done from then on. You're
Don't
going
know
to be leaving
about
that
that. I'm
building,
not sure about that. Locking eyes on
staring
you.
the
No,
lights to the building, and I'm assuming your family are coming to
I'm
West
not.
London to watch the fight.
Me, me and my coaching team, and that's it. Because
Just you and your
it's a fighting game. Listen, there's no family thing, stuff like that. Family don't care about stuff like that these days. You know what I mean? This is me. I'm doing this for myself. Saying this is you saying, oh, you're gonna, oh, I'm doing this influencer stuff. I'm doing this for myself because deep down, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna achieve in this. And there's a difference between me and you because this is something I'm more than passionate about. I sit here relaxed and talking. I'm not going to talk shit because you know what? At the end of the day, I respect you for getting in there, but this is deep down. This is what I'm doing to redeem myself in life, not just in boxing, in life. And I'm going to do something in this. And this is where it starts. My name will come up from this, and we'll get another fight in DKM, and then we'll go on to the amateurs. But I believe that, and that's happening. I just want you to know.
You say you're all chill. All the pressure's on you. You're the amateur stepping in with the influencer. You should win.
No one knows who I am. I've seen loads of people supporting you. No one knows who I am.
Exactly, but I know who you are. I know you're the amateur, and I'm not. I know I'm stepping in there with an amateur who should win. When I beat you next Sunday, what have you got to do then? I've ruined your entire amateur idea then and there because you've lost to an influencer. You've lost to someone who don't do this full time like you. You say you want to do the amateur, you want to do the pro stuff. That's not even I could not give a toss about any of that. Because that's not for me.
Well, that tells me everything. So, I mean, that just tells
when
me.
I beat you May 5th, when I beat you May 5th, you've got nothing. I could lose this fight, and to be brutally honest, I could not care less win, lose, or draw on this fight. But I know I'm not going to lose.
That's bad state of mind, man. I know you're saying you're going to win and this, that, and that's what you're talking. But you saying win, lose, or draw, even you considering that shows me your mindset. No matter what you say.
Win, lose, or draw on this fight, I'm just gonna go back to doing what I've been doing.
But why are you even thinking about the word lose? Even a draw, man. Why are you thinking of that? Don't do that.
You're saying don't do that as if it's. I know I'm winning this fight. That's set in stone for me. I know that that's what I'm doing. With God as my witness, I'm putting your lights out within these 3 rounds. I can guarantee you that now.
Nah, this is the thing, man. I can't. Your footage. I mean, right. This might be bait, and you might be throwing us all off. I respect if you've done that, but from that footage, that bag was hardly moving, and you were going full throttle on that bag. So listen, you ain't putting my lights out, and that's a guarantee. But if you bring some skill, I respect that.
I can promise you, I'm putting your lights out May 5th. There's nothing you can do about it because the moment I connect with my left or my right, you're gone. That's the thing with this sport, and why I did it so much. It's one and done. One and
done. He says one and done.
All it takes that one shot to put that whole fight in my hands.
So you believe I've never been cracked by anyone who punches harder than you? Is that what you're saying?
Been hit by someone who hits as hard as I hit, boy. That's what you're not realizing.
my word. No, my word. Anyway, yeah, all right. That's how you want to see it, man. Fair enough. I like your talk. I do like your talk, man.
This ain't just talk. This is. I mean this from the bottom of my fucking soul, mate. There is nothing that you can say or do that is going to put like the idea that I'm losing this fight in my head.
You mentioned losing about 3 times, mate.
I don't care if I lose, but it's on. If you lose, that's everything for you. If I lose, I've lost to an amateur as someone who isn't an amateur. That's whatever. This is you. I hope you realize you have stepped into a lose-lose situation. It's either you beat an influencer, which is like, yeah, whatever. You've beat an influencer. You're an amateur. You should. Or you lose to an influencer. It's like you've lost to an influencer as an amateur. This fight for you is a lose-lose. I respect you for taking it because no one else had the fucking balls to. But it's a lose-lose for you. And to be honest, the amount that you have essentially thrown away most of your career by taking this fight.
Career, bro. We're both 17. You need to chill out with your words. And anyway, this is the thing. It's a case that I know what I've got prepared. I've planned. I've done this. Listen, saying I've been in camp for like 10 weeks, and my body hurts right now, but I've got the week of recovery, and I've planned everything. And this is the thing. And you're saying, oh, everything's on your shoulders. I can't wait to fight Stain. Having a fight excites me, man. Getting to go out there and show everyone what I've got, of what I've worked on, that excites me. You know what I mean? And I can't wait to come down to West London and show you what's what. But Yeah, man. I don't think there's any pressure. I don't feel that kind of pressure because, it's just how
Trust
I
me,
am.
you feel the pressure because it's a case of you're the amateur that should win. If you don't win, you've made a mockery of not only yourself
But you
but
can't say
also
I'm hardly an amateur as that is, but I suppose I am outside of you. But no, I'm not no one, no pressure. This is no pressure for me.
all
It's
the
another
pressure.
fight. I can't wait.
You're gonna get in that ring. You're gonna see me stood across from you, and you're going to shit yourself from the moment that bell rings because you're gonna
Listen,
realize when
you ain't that scary. You need to chill out. You're gonna shoot yourself. Saying,
that's
I
when
can see you now. You ain't scary, man.
how scary I am. What I'm talking about is the pressure of you being the amateur, having to fight an influencer. You lose, you're fucked. I'm not being funny. You lose. You've made a tit out of yourself because you've gone in there as the amateur to face an influencer and lost.
I've got no words because you obviously feel passionate about it, but I know what job's got to be done, and we're set, we're ready, everything's prepared. Yeah, man.
I've got
You say you're
two
ready.
final.
You
I've got two final questions for you, then, guys. Before we wrap it up this evening, I'll let you guys get off soon. I promise. The questions is more of a fun, cool question again. But what song or songs your gym playlist or on your running playlist, boxing playlist at the minute that's giving you the motivation, the drive to keep pushing and going through? Any particular artists, songs, etc., etc.
I'm gonna let you take that first. Boxing talk.
To be fair, I don't really know. It's a mix. I've got a bit of Bugsy Malone on there. Don't mind a bit of some of the American Ice, 50 Cent and that. Who else have we got on there, man? To be fair, my playlist is heavy, like Bugsy, grime type of Skepta, a lot of Skepta on there. But that's the type of music I don't mind, to be fair. And then I don't mind some indie stuff, but don't get me hyped like that. So yeah, grime and that. That's what we don't mind.
Nice. Saint, over to you. Anything standing out?
Um, a lot of mainly a lot of drum and bass. One song that has really I'm walking out to a version of it. It's the one, the only Tribal Chief Roman Reigns theme song. It sets in my mind. I am the best out of everyone that's going to do this, and I'm going to prove that.
Okay. Final question then, guys. I want an official fight prediction and then any final words to your opponent. Boxing talk. I'll start with you.
It's going to be a round two stoppage, and it's going to be a case of Saint not being able to keep up with the pace, and the fight slowing down, and I'm seeing him weakening, and that's how it's going to end. And yeah, final message: best of luck, man. Bring your best, and all that talk. I want to see it, man. I want to see it. So yeah, best of luck, and yeah, man. I'll see you there, May 5th.
Bro. Saint, over to you.
I believe the same. I believe I'm putting his lights out in the second round. Going to put him flat on his back, and I'm just going to stand over him, knowing that I've probably beaten arguably the toughest opponent I could have got for this fight. But I know deep down that he's got nothing that he has in his arsenal to beat me. I know that deep down he's finished the moment he steps in there with me. So I know I'm beating him second round minimum. Like that's the very latest. I know it's not going distance.
Quick question: did you say you were coming up in weight? You're trying to make coming up in weight?
Yeah, I've got the last couple of pounds to go.
Okay, no, just checking. Interesting.
Bro. Okay. Thank you guys very much for the face to face today. It's got me hyped. Hopefully, it's got all of the guys at home hyped. If you guys haven't already, it's May 5th, next weekend. Come along down to London or get your pay-per-view with the links in the description down below. Thank you all for joining us. I've been your host, Dan Talks Fighting, and this has been Saint Omega taking on iBoxing Talk.